What is going on, guys and girls? My name is of course BPRGaming, and today I will be bringing you a video on all of the abilities you can unlock either as Cassandra or Alexios in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But this is going to be a full in-depth look and explanation about the new abilities within the game. So if you guys do go on to enjoy this video, then of course click that like button down below and subscribe for some more Assassin's Creed Odyssey news and informational videos, as well as the latest gameplays. So without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So what are the Assassin's Creed Odyssey's ability set? Here guys, I will be giving you the listed Assassin's Creed Odyssey skills that Alexios and Cassandra can wield. Now, as you take on your role as a mercenary caught between two sides of the Peloponnesian War, Athens and Sparta, your Assassin's Creed abilities are going to come in handy once you start inevitably making enemies. Now, even though Assassin's Creed Odyssey did not have the era of Origins enjoyed, but that doesn't mean that we as fans are not going to benefit from the overhaul from the Assassin's Creed Odyssey's abilities and the full turn to RPG it will be taking. Now, whether you want to tame wolves or perform a leap of faith from anywhere without dying, the Assassin's Creed Odyssey skill system is very different this time. You're still gaining ability points by leveling up, which you can spend on new skills to focus on either combat, close swordplay, and stealth, so that's hunter, warrior, and assassin. You will be unlocking a set number of skills that map to face the buttons on the D-pad, and by selecting the ones that fit your desired playstyle, you will be able to use these in combat to create devastating new unique kills. Now, the first one we're going to look at is the hunter skill tree. Now, the first one is the devastating shot, where you can unleash a bloodthirsty arrow that deals 150% hunter damage. The effectiveness of fire and poison arrow also increases by 150%. Now, the multi-shot targets up to 4 enemies at the same time, and you can shoot an arrow that deals 150% hunter damage to each target. Now, the Rain of Destruction rain down a volley of arrows in an area of 3 meters, dealing 250 hunter damage. The Beastmaster is you can tame knocked out wolves. Only one wild animal can be tamed at a time, and this is very similar to that skill in Assassin's Creed Origins. Now, the Arrow Master, you could be a master of paralyzing arrows to knock out targets instead of killing them, and these arrows can be crafted in the inventory, i.e. sleep darts. Now, the Archery Master, where you can increase your hunter damage by 15%, and you no longer consume normal arrows when using hunter abilities, meaning that if you activate Archery Master, even if you have one arrow, you will have unlimited ammo until the move is done. Now, the Overpowered Bowstrike, you can shoot a powerful charged arrow that deals 800% hunter damage and explodes on impact and uses 2 adrenaline segments. The adrenaline segments are it's a little bar that when you activate it, you unlock this super powerful attack like in Origins, and it takes up to those bars to use this move. And you can actually increase hunter damage by 20% and headshot damage by 25%, and no longer consume normal arrows when using this hunter ability. And if an adrenaline segment is partly drained, it will refill outside of combat, and that is an upgrade for that move. Now, the Ghost Arrows of Artemis, you can shoot a ghostly arrow that can slip through shields, enemies, and even walls. Now, this deals 175% hunter damage. The Predator Shot, zoom to shoot an arrow that deals 230% hunter damage and travels 25% farther. Hold R2 or RT to gain control of the arrow in air, very similar to that of the Predator Bow. And the Spread Shot, shoot a spread of 3 arrows at the same time that each deal 100% hunter damage. You can upgrade this and shoot a spread of 5 arrows at the same time that each deal 100% hunter damage. Special arrows can be used at this time. Now, the Sixth Sense is when seen by enemies, time slows for up to 5 seconds. Aimed arrows lock onto targets' torsos and deal 150% hunter damage. I don't know what to take with these guys. These moves are quite cool. They are very RPG based, but I don't think most of these are grounded in actual Greek mythology or even real life. Like, for instance, the Ghost Arrows of Artemis. How are they supposed to slip through shields, enemies, and walls? How would they explain that in the game? Probably some ISU bullshit, but I'm interested to see how that would play out. So up next we have the warrior abilities. Now, you get a charged heavy attack which focuses your inner strength to unleash a powerful attack that deals 100% hunter damage, knockback, and breaks guard. You can upgrade this to focus inner strength to unleash a powerful attack attack that deals 150% warrior damage, knockback, and breaks guard. Now the Spartan kick is a legendary kick that knocks a target back and deals 190% warrior damage. The target won't be killed and of course can be recruited afterwards. But if you upgrade this, the warrior kick can knock a target back but deals 200% warrior damage, and the kick is so powerful that even multiple targets can be hit by the shockwave. Now the bull rush, you can quickly rush towards enemies, knocking them down and dealing 180% warrior damage. The second win, which gives you live to fight on, refilling 25% of max health, and the full upgrade will give you 35% of max health. Now the weapon master, keep those weapons clean and sharp, increase warrior damage by 10%. Shield breaker, break all shields, stun the target, and deal 160% warrior damage, and the upgrade will let you deal 180% warrior damage, and the shield actually explodes into fragments that damage surrounding enemies. Now the flame attack, you can conjure the fires of Hephaestus. Melee weapons and normal arrows inflict fire damage for 15 seconds. When their fire meter is full, enemies start to burn, and the burning inflicts damage over time. The gear master, taking great care of your gear pays off. Increase all armor by 10%. The ring of chaos, a sudden shocking blast stuns surrounding enemies within 3 meters and deals 110% warrior damage. The overpower attack, massively powerful attacks that vary depending on weapon types, requires 2 full adrenaline segments. Fire mastery, you can handle fire like a pyromancer. Fire buildup is increased to 10%, and the battle cry of Ares, in a godly rage, all attacks inflict 20% more damage for 10 seconds. During this time, all enemy attacks are non-lethal. These are very much more grounded into the game. This is brutal Greek warfare that I cannot wait to use and play within the game. Up next guys, we have my personal favorite, which is the assassin abilities. Now the shadow of Nyx. While out of conflict, you can become as invisible as a shadow. Moving will cause exposure, and the adrenaline is consumed quickly over time. Up next we have stealth master. You can become a silent killer. Noise from movement and assassination is reduced. You can slow time. Move faster than Hermes as time is slowed down for 5 seconds. Hero strike. Single strike attack unleashing the full power of the spear of Leonidas, and this inflicts 60% assassin damage. Critical assassination. Launch a stealth attack with deadly precision, dealing 150% assassin damage. You must be in range and out of conflict to perform this. Rush assassination. Launch the spear of Leonidas at a distant enemy to deal 100% assassin damage up close and can be changed 1 time, and if you upgrade this you can get 110% assassin damage, and this can be changed to 2 times. Poison mastery. Your knowledge of venoms is undeniable. Your poison buildup is increased by 10%. Vanish. With a burst of bright light, stun nearby enemies for 6 seconds. Attacking them will break stun. Call to arms. Summon a lieutenant to distract enemies for at least 20 seconds. Revelation. Summon Athena's sight to reveal all secrets, including chests and hidden passages in a radius of 15 meters. All nearby enemies are tagged. You can upgrade this to summon Athena for 20 meters. The venomous attacks. Melee weapons and normal arrows inflict poison damage for 15 seconds. When their poison meter is full, enemies become intoxicated. Intoxication inflicts damage over time and weakens the damage and armor of the enemy. Shadow assassin. Assassination and knockout damages are increased by 15%, and you can automatically loot the enemy after the assassination. If you upgrade this, the crit damage is increased by 25%. So guys, that's the assassination ones, and now we have the baseline abilities. Now these baseline abilities are basically just ones you can upgrade in game that you don't really have to use as much, which is quite good to use. Now the first one is to summon Phobos. Call Phobos to your side and let him catch up to you while running to auto mount. While riding, hold LB to stand up and press A to leap from Phobos. Phobos is presumably your horse and companion throughout the world, allowing you to travel as far as the eye can see. Now the eyes of Icaros. Use Icaros to tag enemies of locate targets. Icaros's accuracy increases by synchronizing viewpoints. You can upgrade Icaros to tag enemies and view their path or locate targets. Icaros harasses targets during combat. Icaros's accuracy increases by synchronizing viewpoints. Basically, Icaros is Senu from Assassin's Creed Origins. Assassination. Using the Spear of Leonidas, deal assassination damage to an unaware target, either killing them or heavily damaging them. them, i.e. Hidden Blade Assassination. Leap of Faith. Falling does not cause damage. Oh, sorry. Falling does cause damage, but is not fatal. Upgrade. Falling does not cause damage. Meaning, right, this is just stupid, okay? Leap of Faith is supposed to do it into a haystack. If it does not if you jump off a building, a Leap of Faith building, and you land, and it doesn't cause any damage, what is the fucking point? Okay, that's one thing I think they should get rid of. Just, that's it. Whistling attacks the attention by enemies. Normal. Knockout and recruiting. Incapacitate and then recruit enemies to join the crew of the Adrestria, your ship. Visit the ship menu to assign them, gain their benefits, and make them available for the distract ability. Defenses, maneuvers. Just before an attack hits, parry, dodge, or roll out of danger. Perfectly timed dodges briefly slow time. Man-at-arms. This is where you can equip a second weapon from the inventory menu and swap between them at a time, and you can upgrade this to equip a second weapon from the inventory and swap between them at a time, but this also unlocks an additional melee weapon ability wheel for warrior and assassin abilities. Guys and girls, one thing we can take from this is that most of these abilities are not going to be grounded within the Greek mythology or even real world aspects. For instance, the free falling is stupid. You will not cause any damage to yourself by doing this, which I think is just ridiculous, and they should just go back to how it was, okay? But the rest of these abilities are really fun. The assassin and the hunter ones really draw me in as something that we could use to create cool little montages for Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is great fun to see. But guys and girls, that has been it for this video. If you have enjoyed, then click the like button down below, and of course subscribe for some more Assassin's Creed Odyssey news and informational videos. But guys and girls, I hope you all had an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video.